Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Eduardo Camavinga's agent, Jonathan Barnett, has said that Camavinga is in no rush to decide his future. Man United believe Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain after holding discussions with his representatives. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update. He says Camavinga has two options this summer, including Manchester United, as his contract showdown continues with Rennes. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. Now, the Sun recently said that Man United are in a two-horse Eduardo Camavinga race with PSG, as Rennes set a fee of 34 million. Not so long ago, Rennes sporting director and the coach of Rennes confirmed that Camavinga will be leaving this summer. Camavinga has made 82 appearances for Rennes in all competitions. Now, Paul Pogba wants to stay at Manchester United. Paul Pogba was superb yesterday in the 5-1 win against Leeds. He got 4 assists. Should have got his name on the score sheet because he had a fantastic chance in the first half. We are still in talks over getting Paul Pogba a new contract. Before the game against Leeds, Solskjaer says he's relaxed over media magnate Pogba. Now, it did say not so long ago that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his current contract expires. Now, quite a few weeks ago, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United, and Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Solskjaer came out though and said that Man United still remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Not so long ago, Solskjaer revealed that he had positive talks with Pogba regarding his future. Pogba said he's in no hurry to sort out his future. And the Telegraph said the other week that Pogba would start the season with Man United, then he'd make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. PSG were interested in Pogba back in July. It did say PSG were the favourites to sign him. PSG held talks with Pogba's representatives and PSG were willing to offer £45 million for him. But Pochettino played down PSG's interest in Pogba because Pochettino got quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again. PSG obviously got Lionel Messi. Sky Sports said the other week that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United, but may wait on the contract extension. Mino Raiola has obviously done a lot of talking. He's been working hard to get Pogba out of the club. We're critical of Mino Raiola because Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United. We paid £89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. And he's endured, 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. This is now his 6th season. And he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Pogba produced very good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Now, you know the news on Raphael Varane. Yesterday, Manchester United confirmed the signing of Raphael Varane. We got Varane in a deal worth £41 million, with add-ons included. Varane signed a 4-year contract with Manchester United with an option of a further year. Varane is wearing that number 19 shirt. The Raphael Varane announcement was recently delayed due to image rights. Varane completed his medical and not so long ago he quarantined in Manchester. I'm expecting Varane to make his debut for the club against Southampton next Sunday, but he is our 3rd signing of this summer transfer window. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a very good pedigree as a player because he won a lot of trophies during his time at Real Madrid. But he will exceed expectations in the Premier League. And what a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire. Varane endured 10 years with Real Madrid, so he was a long-serving player. He made 360 appearances in all competitions. His current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants to make one more signing in this summer transfer window, but who's it going to be? Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder on the board. Before the game against Leeds, it said we abandoned our pursuits of Eduardo Camavinga, Sol Niguez, Ruben Neves and Kieran Trippier. Solskjaer has been very pleased with our summer transfer business this summer, and Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window. You know, we've made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. Brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Aston Villa. Brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. He obviously came on and made his debut yesterday against Leeds. We brought Raphael Varane in from Real Madrid. We've spent around 120 million so far in this summer transfer window. You know, Solskjaer has had the backing he deserves. Surprisingly, our owners who are the Glazers, have backed the manager. Only because they've been persuaded to, though, because like I've said to you, the Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. You know, they have put Man United in so much debt. They've been at the club for 16 years, and they purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Towards the end of last season, though, the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. Solskjaer revealed that the Glazers apologised towards the end of last season. On the 4th of June, which was earlier on this year, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum, his first attendance in 15-16 years, and he promised Man United supporters that Solskjaer would get the funds that are available. You know, you've got John Murtough, he's played a part in Solskjaer getting the players he wants in. John Murtough is our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. You know, Darren Fletcher, he's also played a part as well. You know, he's part of the club. Woodward, you know, he said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer, and when was enduring them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. Woodward has been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time, though, because obviously he has been accountable for how poor our recruitment was for so long. We've overpaid and that for players in recent years. Woodward should have never been put into that position in the first place where he makes the footballing decisions. Woodward is leaving Man United. He's had a 16-year association with the club. Manchester United must now sell some players, though, to get more signings on the board. I want Manchester United to sell Anthony Martial in this summer transfer window, but I don't think we're going to, because the Telegraph did say the other day that Man United have got no intentions of selling Anthony Martial, and is part of Solskjaer's plans this season. The Sun did say, though, that Man United are ready to sell Martial, and we want at least £50 million. It said Inter Milan want Martial to replace Romelu Lukaku, because Lukaku went back to Chelsea. He said we'd be happy to loan Anthony Martial out as long as Inter Milan agree an obligation to buy in the deal. Everton have been keen as well. Martial has been at Man United for 6 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract, and he receives £200,000 a week. He scored 78 goals for us in all competitions. We got Martial in a deal worth £58 million from Monaco back in 2015. We paid £36 million up front. Last season, Martial was out with a knee injury for a while. He's had 2 good seasons at Man United. I think we also need to offload Jesse Lingard. I don't think we're going to in this summer transfer window now, because Solskjaer recently confirmed that Jesse Lingard is staying. To Jesse Lingard's credit, though, he did well throughout pre-season. Andres Pereira, I think he also needs to go. He did well throughout pre-season. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. Diego Dalot, he could still be leaving in this summer transfer window. I think Milan have been linked with him. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. But it did say not so long ago that it's very likely that Dalot's staying with us now, reflecting how well he did throughout pre-season. We got Lindelof from Porto. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Matic, I'd like us to offload him this summer, but we're not going to, so he's going to be at Man United this season. Could offload Matic in January or next summer. I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player and he's ageing up. But he's had his good games at Man United. We got Matic for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Matic has been with us around 4 years now. There's a very good chance that we're going to loan Brandon Williams out. It'd be the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out to obviously get him a lot more opportunities because he seldom plays for us and to gain him more experience. Brandon Williams is our third choice left back. Phil Jones, I want him to go as well. Jones hasn't played for us since January because he's been out with injury. He's always been inconsistent anyway and he doesn't get in our 11. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Victor Lindelof, I've got strong reservations about him. I said I want him to leave this summer, but he won't. I think we should consider offloading Lindelof in January or next summer because he won't leave in this summer transfer window. But Lindelof can have his good games at Man United. We got him in a deal worth 31 million from Benfica back in 2017. So there you go, and Man United have got a very, very good squad now, you know, with the signings of Sancho and Varane. I still thought it was a decent squad before Sancho and Varane came in. You know, if we can get another player on the board, you know, the squad will be even better. You know, you've got Tom Heaton, decent goalkeeper, obviously brought him in as a backup. You know, to Tom Heaton's credit, he did really well throughout pre-season. We got Tom Heaton on a 3-year, signed a contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. You know, Rafael Varane, he's going to do really, really well at Man United. Jadon Sancho, I think he's going to do really well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. You know, you got Dean Henderson, very, very good goalkeeper. Obviously, he's unavailable at the moment because he's recovering from COVID. But Henderson did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. His distribution was good. He kept a lot of clean sheets. Henderson's got that experience behind him because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, Henderson signed a 6-year contract with the club. So reflecting on that, he committed his future to Man United. David De Gea, very, very good goalkeeper. I still rate him despite him making a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years. De Gea was in goal for the game against Leeds yesterday. Didn't really have much to do. Obviously made a couple of saves to deny Click and Jack Harrison. Couldn't do anything though about Luke Aylin's strike. That was a very good goal from Luke Aylin. Obviously we know De Gea is staying for this season, because it said before this season started that De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place, and he said he's determined to fight for his future. David De Gea has been with us since the Ferguson era. He's endured 10 years at Man United, so he's been a long-serving player. This is now his 11th season. He's had 8 good years as De Gea. A few years ago, though, he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world because he's won everything domestically at the football club. He's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. David De Gea gets £375,000 a week. If we was to sell De Gea in the January transfer window or next summer, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pounds. Luke Shaw, very, very good left back. Obviously played very well in the game against Leeds yesterday. Showed some good attacking intent. Was very good in the final third. Had a very good chance in the game, but it hit the side netting. I'm expecting Luke Shaw to enjoy a good season. He was very good last season. Last season he was our best player. Luke Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while. He still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Tellez last year. Shaw's been at Man United for 7 years now, so he's been a long-serving player, and I think he's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries that he's had. Harry Maguire, decent centre-half, played well against Leeds yesterday, made some very good interceptions, and kept Patrick Bamford at bay. I said to you now that we'll get the best out of Harry Maguire, with obviously Varane alongside him. Maguire can play well with Lindelof alongside him and Bailly alongside him, but it'll be much better with Varane alongside him. But Maguire's had his good games at Man United, he's also had his bad games. He was a big miss for us towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. He did well for England throughout the tournament. We overpaid for Harry Maguire. We got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Eric Bailly, I do rate him. My element of concern about Eric Bailly, he's injury prone, so in that aspect, he's a liability. It said Eric Bailly's future has been in doubt following the arrival of Raphael Varane. I'd keep Eric Bailly though as a backup, so if Varane or Maguire get injured, then Bailly's the plan B. But Lindelof's also there as a backup as well, but I prefer Bailly to Lindelof. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. We got Bailly back in 2016 from Villarreal for £30 million. So he's been with us for 5 years or so now. And Wan-Bissaka, very, very good right back. One of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. Defensively, he's always been superb. But he has got to show more attacking intent. Bissaka played well against Leeds yesterday, I thought. He got forward well, got into some good positions. And he was very disciplined. This is Wan-Bissaka's third full season as a Manchester United player. We got him for 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Paul Pogba, very good player. Like I said, got 4 assists yesterday. I'm delighted Pogba's staying for this season, I really am. McTominay, decent player. Needs more time at Man United, he's still young, got a lot of development in him. Can McTominay emulate to that level where we want him to be at? McTominay played against Leeds yesterday. Don't think he was great. He was much better in the game against Leeds last season when we beat them 6-2 because McTominay made a difference in that game because he scored 2 goals in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year deal. Fred, he can be good when he wants to be. Fred put a good performance out in the second half yesterday, got his name on the score sheet. But I do have my reservations about Fred. We overpaid for him. We got him in a deal worth 52 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Brought Fred in under the Jose Mourinho era. Bruno Fernandes, fantastic player. You know, got his first Man United hat-trick against Leeds yesterday. Bruno Fernandes is our best player, and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. I'm expecting Bruno Fernandes to enjoy a good season. Fernandes has been with us now over a year and a half. In most of his games at Man United he's been very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. Last season Bruno Fernandes won Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Fabrizio Romano came out at one point and said that Man United are looking at a new contract for Bruno Fernandes. Towards the end of last season, it says that Man United were willing to double Bruno Fernandes' wages to £200,000 a week. Fernandes is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Mason Greenwood, he's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. He did go a long period though at one point without scoring. Greenwood made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7. Been part of the club for a long time. Last season he signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. Greenwood scored yesterday. You know, Greenwood should have had more than one goal because he had 2 good chances early on in the game. One came from a mistake from Leeds. Marcus Rashford, you know, he's good when he wants to be. Rashford's obviously out until October with a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Rashford did decide to have surgery on his shoulder. When Rashford does come back, we need to keep him on that left-hand side because that's where he seems to be more effective. Cavani, you know, he's made an impact since he's come in. Obviously staying for this season. He'll leave after this season. Cavani didn't play against Leeds because he's not available at the moment. So there you go. But I did say, didn't I, know this season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer obviously needs to win a trophy this season because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago. Solskjaer, before the start of the season, talked up Man United's title hopes. He knows the pressure is on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but the title race is open. This is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. Solskjaer's managed 152 games as Man United manager. Is it in all competitions? And he's been in charge of the club for almost 3 years. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year, so he did sign a new 3-year contract. A lot of United fans disagreed with us giving him this new contract. Despite us thumping Leeds yesterday, it doesn't change my perception on the manager. I still don't think Solskjaer is the long-term manager for Man United, but I hope I'm proven wrong. We do play Southampton next Sunday at St Mary's, our first away game of the Premier League season. Southampton lost their opening game against Everton 3-1. Southampton's current manager is Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's been at Southampton a few years now. He's got a contract with them until 2024. I think Southampton are going to struggle now without Danny Ings. You know, Danny Ings went to Aston Villa in the summer. They also lost Bertrand to Leicester. They lost Vestergaard to Leicester. Southampton made some signings though in the summer. You know, they brought Valentino Livramento in. They brought Adam Armstrong in. They brought Roman Peroid in. They brought Armando Broja in. Theo Walcott, they got him in. Was it on a free transfer? So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.